All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. All right, I'm going to start this video off by reading Joshua 1 and 9. It says, "Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy power, Yahweh, through his son Yahushai, is with thee whithersoever thou goest." Right? And this Bible verse was on it's like a decal for a truck on the front windshield. So I looked it up. I said, "Oh yeah, that's a lesson right there." Because it made me think of to any brothers that might get that demon that hops on them, and about these mandates, going around. Um, if your certain job is threatening to fire you, or if you don't get a jab, or yada yada yada. Hey man, you gotta remember the scriptures, all right? You gotta remember that the Lord's not gonna let his elect suffer, all right? Just like in the time of Joshua when he was leading the Israelites, to these different military campaigns and going to war with these heathen nations. Hey, the Lord was with them. Yeah, some of them died in battle, but for the most part, those were the wicked, or it's just their time. But in the end, hey, the Lord came through on his promise. The Israelites inherited those lands and gave those lands and the cattle there and everything there, for their wives and for their little ones, all right, their children, all right. And same thing's gonna happen whenever he delivers us, from from Babylon. All right. Yeah, some of us are gonna have to die martyrs for the truth. That's for a testimony for in the kingdom of heaven. For a testimony that the Spirit was on us, that we're willing to die for Yahweh Hashem Shai. All right. But it made me think of the Apostle Paul when he said, if the Lord be for us, who can be against us? Yeah, Romans 8 and 31, it says, "What shall we then say to these things?" Let me start up a bit. Romans 8 and I'll start at 28. It says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to his purpose." All right, which he's talking about the elect. All things work together for good of the elect, all right? Because the elect are the only ones that truly love Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai. All right, and then it says, "For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son Yahweh Shai, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us?" All right. So, if we, Lord willing, we be part of that elect, the Lord's gonna come through for us. All right. No matter what, whithersoever we go, just like it said in Joshua 1 and 9. The Lord is with us whithersoever we go, man. And that's powerful, man. Scriptures like this gets you hyped up in the spirit, especially when you go into the stories of how the Lord ended up, coming through for them. Because, like I said, they were, these were, this was right before Joshua was leading the Israelites and the officers, to battle, man. He's getting those warrior tribes together. And then they're in that manly spirit of going out, conquering land, discovering land, and then getting on their cowboy shit and ranching and herding like the livestock and cultivating the land, you know, and the Lord was with them, man. It's beautiful. Let me start up a bit in Joshua. This is Joshua 1:6. It says, "Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them." So the Lord, the Lord's basically saying like, "Hey, look, be strong, man up. I promise I'm going to give you this land." All right, and the Lord comes through on his promises. Verse 7, "Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it, and to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest." All right, because part of the contract, part of the covenant of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, if we hearken unto the Lord diligently and to do everything that's written, then the Lord's going to bless us. So that's why I said don't depart from the law. All right? Be strong, courageous, and observe the law. And in doing so, you're going to prosper. It says, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." Hey, and as a testimony, hey, men of the Lord are prosperous, and they do have good success. Now, not in the means of, the worldly standards, because they only measure it on how much FRNs you have, how many slave points you have, and how many bitches you fucked, and how many parties you go to on the weekend, so on and so forth. That's the worldly standard to success. All right, but the Lord's standard of success is different. All right, it's a peace of mind. All right, it's confident in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right, like Apostle Paul said, he said, I know what it's like to have a lot and to have nothing, roughly paraphrasing, but he counts it all dung. Yeah, this is Philippians 3:8. It says, "Yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahushua my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Yahushua." So because Apostle Paul, when he was called Saul, he had that status in the Sadducees, and Pharisees, and also in the Romans. He had that dual citizenship, so to speak. Where he spoke Greek and Hebrew, and he was top ranking among both of the both of those power structures. And then he lost all of it, and he was willing to lose all of it because he rather have the knowledge and the excellency of the knowledge of Yahweh Shai, knowing these prophecies, knowing these scriptures. He knew that, that worldly status wasn't shit, man. As long as he abides in the law and in the faith, then will he obtain that incorruptible crown. Because Apostle Paul also talked about how a crown was laid up for him. And these are the types of things that we meditate day and night. That makes our way prosperous, because we're not forsaken. Like, I think Apostle Paul also said that, cast down, but not forsaken. Let me grab 2 Timothy's first. This is 2 Timothy 4, 4:8. "Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. And not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing." You can read about that crowning ceremony in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. Towards the end of the chapter, I believe it's the 2nd. I might be wrong. But yeah, man, that's a glorious thing. That's another thing that hey makes you strong and courageous for Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Is fighting for that crown, man. You count everything in this society, all these temporary bullshit, and you're willing to give it up, just to be called Yahweh's friend, be crowned and counted worthy to obtain salvation. All right. Um, so all the mandates, like I said, this video is really for, when the devil comes down, Esau is coming down with those more strict, policies and mandates and laws, draconian laws. Man, don't fear that shit. Just be real. Be like, no, I serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. I'm not conforming to this. It's against my faith. And you don't have to be all rowdy about it. I mean, Yahweh Shai said, I send you forth among ravenous wolves as sheep. So therefore be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. All right? We know what Esau's agenda is, but we're going to slither out of it like a snake and be harmless as a dove. If you have the means to just get a different job where there isn't strict policies, or if you do have to get thrown into a quarantine camp, man, go into the quarantine camp. There's been men of the Lord, cast into prison time and time again. And either the Lord came through and delivered them out of that, or they had to die to be martyrs. But that whenever a man of the Lord was persecuted for the faith, that increased the faith of the other men of the Lord. When John the Baptist was beheaded, or when Stephen was martyred, faith increased. All right, because there's nothing you can do or say to the men of the Lord that's going to take away their faith. But this is 2 Corinthians 4:9. It says, well, let me start up a verse. 4:8. It says, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not forsaken, cast down, but not destroyed. So that, just because we're going through hell doesn't mean, really doesn't mean shit, man. Because we still have the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai and can still pray to those names, and still meditate on these scriptures. Hey, we're not destroyed. That's that remnant still being made alive. All right, and that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. All right. What else did I want to grab? Let's see. Let's go back. Whithersoever thou goest. Yeah. I guess I'll end it there. But yeah, don't fear those things. Like Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things what the devil shall do to you. And then there's also the one in the gospel that says, fear not man who can, destroy just the body, but fear the Most High, which can destroy both body and soul in hell. So worry about Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Meditate on His word. All right, don't worry about what Satan can do, because at the end of the day, the Most High is in control of him. All right, and Yahweh Shai had that mindset when he was being crucified. He told Pontius Pilate, "There's nothing you can do that the Lord hasn't ordained already." So just have that mindset, like, hey, whatever happens is for the elect's sake, right? That Zen state, so to speak. But with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. Once again, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Ukakodash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.